guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down this Thursday slate. Not a whole lot of baseball today, but we do have a lot of NHL. Not too many big NHL slates left. Saturday, all 32 teams will be playing, so there'll be 16 games on Saturday. Very jam-packed Saturday show, which I'll be recording Friday night as usual. Probably have it out a bit earlier because tomorrow's a holiday, Easter, so there'll be more time for me to get that done and have it out a bit earlier for tomorrow night. But we'll start the show as we usually do, and that is taking a look at what happened yesterday in the NHL. The Flames and the Winnipeg Jets. The Flames rebounded off a horrible loss to Chicago, and maybe they were looking ahead to this game, and they got the 3-1 win in regulation, a regulation win against the Winnipeg Jets, which is really important for Calgary, Tampa Bay, and the New York Rangers. The only play I was leaning towards yesterday in the NHL was the Rangers on the money line, and that would have been a winner. So a good lean. I should have pulled the trigger, but I'm happy that I saw the game the right way. A 6-3 win for the Rangers. And Edmonton 3-1 win over the Ducks. I don't think it's surprising that Edmonton won or covered the puck line. But I do think people were expecting a more higher scoring game, which did not happen in this one. Taking a look at the standings, Carolina 109, New Jersey 106, the Rangers 103 points. In the Atlantic, Boston, Toronto, Tampa Bay, nothing's changing there the rest of the season. Wild card spots, Florida with 87, Islanders with 87, Pittsburgh with 86. Three-way race, 1 point separates the three teams. Two teams make it, one team doesn't. So we'll see what happens there. Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, Washington, all kind of in a bubble spot there. And then the bottom feeders of the Eastern Conference. Looking at the West, Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota all tied with 98 points. All three teams play tonight, so important night for all three teams. But every game is going to be an important game and an important night for all three teams going forward here. In the Pacific, Vegas 104, Edmonton 103, the LA Kings 100. Again, another very close race in the Pacific. Wildcard teams, Seattle with 94, Winnipeg and Calgary both with 89, Nashville with 86. Basically a three-team race between these three, I think, for the final two spots. The final spot between Calgary, Nashville, and Winnipeg. St. Louis and Vancouver, kind of on an island on their own, followed by Arizona and the bottom feeders of the Western Conference. San Jose has been winning as of late, and I'm sure their management is not happy about it because they were in a prime spot for Bedard. Now their odds are getting worse as they go on here. So I'm going to go through 4 NHL games that I have picks in. Then I'll go through a quick recap of the rest of the slate, then get to MLB, and then best bets as usual. We'll go to the chat. Terry, I smashed the like. Thank you, Richie. Hey, Terry. Hey, Crystal. How's it going? Morning, Terry. Morning, Tim. Good day, Terry. Good day, Captain Bry. I smashed the like after Richie. Well, thank you. Nobody beats Richie, I guess. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. IceX is happy that he cashed his best bet yesterday. But I'm happy I cashed mine as well. So it's nice. Hello there. If you jinx my Isles today, ... Well, Nick, you saw my free pick video because you do the producing, so you know what I'm on in that game, which I'll get to here shortly. I may have bet some NHL Stanley Cup futures. Oh, great. I don't have any money against the Isles, but Bolts win. Ice is back, so Steve was bad luck too. LOL. I'm kidding. Yes, he was maybe. Yes, Captain Bry, you make a valid point. Vegas Stanley Cup plus 1200, Toronto Eastern Conference Final plus 550, and Vegas versus Toronto Stanley Cup plus 5,000. Tim, I know you're new to betting NHL, but Toronto Maple Leafs making it past the first round. Come on, you know, I have to see that happening before I do any kind of futures with Toronto. Good morning. Good morning, Mossy. How's it going? All my plays are leans until further notice, except my two best bets. And yes, Terry, let's go. I saw you cashed. Let's fucking go. Yes, I needed it badly. And Chapman almost had a 3-run homer in the first inning. He hit 3 really hard balls, didn't get a hit. I was sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose another best bet. But in the top of the 8th, Matt Chapman said, no, you're winning this. And he got me the hit I needed. So that was awesome. Lightning round 1 versus the Leafs is a 2-unit play for me. There we go. I know that's all I'm hearing. The first round exit me and they break it this year. Yes, Tim. Well, Leafs fans have been saying they're going to break it for the last 5 years, and it hasn't happened yet. So I have to see it before I believe it. But if you don't, there you go. Best of luck. Minnesota and Pittsburgh. Minnesota plus 100 to plus 120. Pittsburgh minus 121 to minus 138. Sixes and 6.5s across the board here. In the Wild game that they played a few days ago, a lot of people were on the Wild, but I stayed off because of the minus 135 price. I didn't like the price. The Wild won, so that was good for them. Or sorry, they didn't win. They went to overtime and they lost to Vegas. That was it. So they lost to Vegas, so it was a good staying off. That was a heartbreaking loss. Back-to-back losses against the Vegas Golden Knights. Now they come to Pittsburgh. The Penguins, a team that the Wild have struggled against. Pittsburgh 7-0-1 in the last 8 meetings. However, Minnesota did win their last game in Pittsburgh, a shootout win by none other than Freddie Gaudreau, who is the Wild's shootout expert. And he was the one who got the winner last time. The Wild 5-1-2 in their last 8. Pittsburgh 4-4 in their last 8. The Wild are playing better than Pittsburgh right now, and we're getting the Wild at a plus price. So I am, of course, taking them in this spot. Wild is a dog. It's probably going to be a play for me, especially the rest of the season, with every game meaning so much. And the Wild players have said that they want the first place in the Central. That is something that they are determined to get, and they're motivated to get it. So obviously, all teams are, but some care less than others. The Wild care, and I expect after losing that game to Vegas with 30 seconds left and Vegas tying it and going to overtime and going to a shootout and losing, the Wild will bounce back in this one. I saw your tweet about a possible Chapman home run for today, so I will definitely get to that shortly. Go Wild. Can both teams lose? Over 6. Boldy, anytime goal, and the over. Lean depends like an idiot only because of Flower. Anything but a draw. Minnesota in a rout. Oh, thank goodness, no draw this time. Pens minus 1.5. And yay, Levi Jeans is probable. Oh, the Sabres are playing Levi again. Who could have seen that coming? But I'm also with you, Richie, on Boldy, anytime goal. Plus 200. He's a goal in 3 of his last 4 games. And that is where I would go in this one. And I'll get to that Detroit Buffalo game when we go through the full slate, the quick breakthrough. But Tampa Bay plus 110 to plus 128. The Islanders minus 133 to minus 150. 6s and 5.5s available here. Now, the Islanders were minus 110 last night. Tampa was on a back-to-back last night. Vasilevsky started last night. And now all of a sudden the Islanders are minus 145 up to minus 150. Did people not realize that Brian Elliott would be in net in this one? I don't quite understand the big movement. I'm not sure why it didn't open more at this kind of price, but I'm backing the Islanders. So I'm backing Minnesota, who struggled against Pittsburgh, and I'm backing the Islanders, who have struggled against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has won the last 6 meetings between the teams, both meetings this year in Tampa Bay, not in New York. This is a horrible spot for Tampa on the second night of a back to back. They lost to the Rangers. Um, Now they're coming in here to New York, a rested team. It will be Elliott against, I'm assuming, Sorokin. This is just a good spot for the Islanders. And one of the few times where I'll back them because it is a good spot for them. So I am on the Islanders. But now that it's around minus 140, minus 150, of course, that's past my range. So I would possibly look at parlaying the Islanders with another team or maybe looking at in regulation. Um, this is an important game for the Islanders, who, like I said, are in a 3-team race and could easily miss the playoffs. This is an important game for them. They'll be motivated. Tampa is tired, and if the Islanders can't win this game, then they don't deserve to make the playoffs. Sorry, Nick. Um, Sorry, Terry. First belongs to Dallas. We will see. We will see. Lightning money line for no reason. Yeah, of course, no reason at all. We'll take second or third. Doesn't matter. Minus 150. I got minus 121. That means Bolts win because I beat a large line movement. We'll see. Bolts money line and minus 1.5. Laughing face. I just checked FanDuel. Yeah, Lightning became bigger dogs as of late. Yes. So, nope, pass. Yeah, I don't blame you for passing, Brian. The Islanders are not a team that I run to the window to back, but I think this is a good spot for them in this one. New York Rangers and St. Louis. Rangers minus 157 and minus 175. St. Louis plus 125 to plus 150. 6.5s right across the board here. St. Louis has gone over 6.5 in 7 of their last 8 games. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these teams have gone over 6.5. Obviously, Rangers on the second night of a back-to-back here. Shesterkin played last night. There's no way at all that Shesterkin plays back-to-back nights. Of course, unless Halak's injured or something. But I've not heard of anything like that, so it should be Halak in back-to-back nights. Or sorry, it should be Halak in the second night of a back-to-back against the Blues. Give me over 6.5 here. Other games that I'm leaning towards the over, or that I like the over, it's 7s. So I will happily take a 6.5 here between these two teams. The Blues 7-2-2 in their last 11, so they're playing pretty well, but they are still allowing goals and giving up goals. So I like the over in this one. Both teams I love to bet on, so pass, lean Rangers. New York Rangers roll. All right. Over 6.5. Yes, I like it. Panarin assist and anytime goal. I looked at Rangers props and nothing. Capo Caco goal plus 360 is where I'm going for the player props. Panarin I looked at, but he's kind of up and down, not consistently doing either or. So, but Capo Caco in that third line, Philip Hedl, Lafreniere, Capo Caco have been on fire. So I'll take Capo Caco, who has goals in 3 straight. Nah, it'll be a close game. Close. Eyes. It could be. Could be. Final NHL game, and then we'll do the quick breakthrough of the rest of the games. Arizona plus 230 to plus 290. Seattle minus 304 to minus 375. 6.5s right across the board in this one. And I'm taking the over here. These two teams just faced each other. It was, I believe, an 8-2 win for Seattle. Arizona has gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 7 games. They've given up at least four in 6 of their last 7 games. Seattle 6-3-1 in their last 10. They have gone over in 3 of their last 6, and 3 of the last 4 meetings between the teams have gone over 6.5. So I like goals in this one. Looking at props for Seattle, nothing really stood out to me. So I'm not really getting to anything props wise, but I see goals in both sides here. Of course, I'm not touching the Kraken at minus 350 favorites, but I like goals in this one. Desert Dogs money line. Yeah, they don't win on the road. And Arizona has lost 8 games in a row. So zero chance I go anywhere near them, especially on the road. Everyone saw the Kraken destroy the Yotes recently, just like how everyone saw the Blackhawks beat the Flames. So Yotes money line. Best of luck. Best of luck. Kraken puck line minus 132. Not much value though. Yeah, maybe if I wanted to back the Kraken, I would look probably more at the team total. Um, because 4.5 is plus 140. Yeah, see, I would if you can get a 4 or the 4.5 a plus money, that's where I'd go if I was going to back the Kraken because Arizona's giving up 4 or 5 goals to everybody. So and they do not play good hockey on the road whatsoever. So that's where I'd go if I was looking to back the Kraken. But I'm just going to take the over 6.5. I think we get goals on both sides. Go through the quick recap. The games that we didn't talk about here: Columbus and New Jersey. Um, Lean with the over, but of course it's a 7. Can't go near either side. I think the Devils start to play well, or they've started to play well more recently. He's sheer assists, which he's done in 3 of his last 4, but unfortunately it's at minus 130, which is out of my price range. So I'm not getting to anything in that game. Went over the Minnesota game already. Washington and Montreal. Um, Washington has completely owned Montreal. 5-0-1 in the last 6 meetings. 5 of the last 6 have gone over 6.5. Um, Washington 1-5-2 in their last 8, so they're not playing very well. 8 of their last 10 have gone over 6.5. So I would lean with the over. The issue is Montreal has been shut out in back-to-back games. Their offense is not really existent right now, so I can't take the over 6.5. I'm not jumping on Washington in regulation or on the puck line, even though they've owned Montreal. It's just ultimately a game that I pass on, but lean Washington in some fashion, but not getting to anything. Toronto and Boston. This is a very interesting game. Um, if Toronto does make it past Tampa Bay, um, it would be fun to see a Toronto Boston playoff matchup. I'm sure not very fun for Leafs fans, but hey, if the Leafs can knock out Boston um, in the playoffs, then maybe they could go all the way this year. But in this game, I'm not getting to anything here. Boston 10-1 in their last 11 games. However, 6 of their last 7 games have been 1 goal wins in their wins, so they're not winning goal. They're not winning games by multiple goals. Um, Toronto has been resting guys at times lately. Boston has also been resting guys at times lately. So this game is kind of a wild card. Both teams should really care. Boston should win, but I could see Toronto caring a bit more. So no reason to get involved if you don't have a strong feeling, which I don't. So I'm staying off that one. Buffalo Detroit was a lean towards the over 6.5, but IceX was saying that Levi is expected to start, and he has played very well in net his first 2 games, which isn't surprising. He has a lot of talent, and I was leaning towards the over, but if he's playing, I'm going to stay off. But I am going to take Moritz Seider to get a point at plus 112. He has a point in 4 of his last 5 games, and it's his birthday. So shout out to Detroit Lenny, who let me know that about Moritz Seider, that it was his birthday. And then looking at what he's done recently, he's been putting points up on the board. So I'll take him to get a point, but otherwise staying off in this game between the Sabres, who mathematically still have a chance, but they're eliminated. They don't realistically have a chance, but mathematically they technically do. Ottawa and Florida. This one here, 7 of the last 9 meetings have gone over 6.5. Ottawa's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Florida's gone over in 10 of their last 13. but I just don't want to take a 7 in this one. I'm not taking -162, -154, and a 6.5. Alex Lyon will be in net here for Florida, and he's played very well since Bobrovsky got injured. So I'm not taking over 7 if I don't really love the over. And the stats say that these teams have been going over and that they should go over, but I'm just going to stay off. Tampa Bay New York Islanders, we went over already. Carolina, Nashville. This is my picks and parlays exclusive play of the day. So I have a play in this game in my NHL 5 play package. I'm giving out my other 4 plays, but this one is exclusively to that package. So if you want to know my pick in that game, you can get it in my 5 pick package up on Picks and Parlays. The link is in the description below. Rangers in St. Louis, over 6.5, as I said in the breakdown I already did in that one. Philadelphia and Dallas. Dallas 5-0 in the last 5 meetings. They've covered the puck line in their last 5 meetings against Philadelphia, and that's where I'd go if I was playing something in this game. Would be Dallas on the puck line, but of course, as a Wild fan who's fighting for the Central Division title, I would like to see Philadelphia win, but I don't think it happens. Not getting involved here, except for a player prop, Joe Pavelski, anytime goal, plus 195. He is a goal in 4 straight games. I'll go Vancouver. This one is really, really tough. Ultimately, I'm staying off. Chicago, coming off that big win against Calgary. Otherwise, they lost by multiple goals in their last 8. Vancouver 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. They've covered the puck line against Chicago in all 6 wins. However, Vancouver has lost 4 in a row, and I just don't want to back them here as this big favorite price. Um, both teams have been going over lately. I do lean towards the over 6.5, but ultimately staying off this game. I just don't have the best feelings about it. LA and Vegas. This is going to be a great game, and I have nothing for it. LA 2-3 in their last 5 straight games under 5.5. Vegas 6-1-2 in their last 9. They've gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 9. They've gone to overtime in 4 of their last 6. If I was playing anything in this LA Vegas, it would be the draw. I may sprinkle a little bit on the draw later on, but nothing official. 13 of the last 15 meetings between these teams have had at least 6 goals. So they have been um, mostly higher scoring games between LA and Vegas. However, with LA going under right now, I can't get involved. Arizona, Seattle, I went over already. Colorado, San Jose. Colorado should win this game on the puck line. However, San Jose got it to overtime last time, and hey, maybe we'll see a Sharks upset win. That would be a-okay with me, but ultimately, no picks in this game for me. We'll go up here. Bruins and Reg plus 104. I could see it. Crystal going to NHL for her best bet today. Dallas Stars -1.5. Right. Best of luck. Habs win. My best bet is 2 of these games, ironically, both together. Bruins and Sabres games. Tim is going to go with Kansas City and Toronto under 8.5. So 110. Tim. No hints for Stars. Ooh, that's I didn't know about that. Hard is back. Yes, Carter Hart is back. Richie's not happy with no hints. I'm passing on the late games until further notice. Hart from IceX. Best bet for Captain Pry going to be Washington / Colorado under or over 10.5 plus Blue Jays, KC, Toronto slash KC. Sure. 8.5 plus 239. Okay, best of luck. Got it earlier, plus 250. Also, by the way, love Chapman props. Yes, going to get to that very shortly. Sharks, yes. Blue Jays Royals under 8.5. I need your odds, Terry. I need your odds. For what? Is it your best bet that you usually do? Because I can get you that after. I can get you that after. We will jump over to the MLB, bring this up, and I'll just go through the games game by game here. Boston and Detroit. I don't have anything for this one. Sale against Turnbull. Both pitchers have over 21 ERAs. Obviously, they're not going to finish with 21 ERAs. And when you just look at that, a combined 48 ERA. Why not take the over 8? I'm tempted, but not going to really get to anything here. Miguel Cabrera has had a lot of success in his career against Chris Sale. So that's something to keep in mind. Boston, their hottest players right now is Adam Duvall, and I like Verdugo and Justin Turner as well. But nothing really that game. Side or total wise. San Francisco and the White Sox, again, nothing side or total wise here, but we do have White Sox against a lefty. The White Sox hit lefties very well. And looking at that, Yoan Moncada, 11 for 25 this year with a 440 average. Luis Robert Jr., 9 for 27 with a 333 average. Both very good against lefties. So those would be the players I'd be targeting here. Lean with the White Sox. But Lance Lynn is not somebody I overly trust all the time. He has very, very good games, but I don't overly trust him. Toronto and Kansas City. Godsman against Lyles. -2. Okay. There's still puck lines available. Whoa, -130. Yeah, so -125. The Jays puck line is or puck line. The Jays run line is getting very pricey here all of a sudden. I wonder why that is, but um, I like Toronto here on the run line. Of course, I'm kind of getting priced out of it. And as Captain Bryce said, and I posted on Twitter, Matt Chapman, not only is he killing it this year, by far the Jays' best hitter so far this year, but he really enjoys playing. Let me get it up here. He really enjoys playing against Jordan Lyles. 9 for 21, so a 429 batting average, 5 home runs against Jordan Lyles. And he's 12 for 23 this year with 5 doubles. Matt Chapman, a 522 batting average. Chapman over 1.5 bases. You can get anywhere from -104 to +135. That's my favorite play of the day. Is Chapman over 1.5 bases. I think he continues to hit the ball well. Home run, I have a sprinkle on it as well. He has got a home run this year, but he's hit Lyles really well. The only issue with Chapman home runs is that he's trying. It's not that he's trying not to get a home run, but he's trying to get to not strike out, and he's trying to get more singles, doubles, triples, that kind of thing. So I like Chapman in any fashion. Only a sprinkle on the home run, though. That one. Washington and Colorado. One Washington player that I'm looking at, Victor Robles. Robles, 6 for 17 this year with a 353 average. The best Washington Nationals player. And he is 4 for 9 against Freeland with a 444 average. So hit very well against Freeland. He's in Colorado, so obviously the ball travels well there. So that's where I would look at in that game, but no side or total in that for me. San Diego and Atlanta. Atlanta on the run line. I think they smashed San Diego here. It is a pitching mismatch with Snell and Strider. Strider, fantastic in his first game. Snell, Towards the end of the year is when you want to back Blake Snell. He starts seasons off rough, as he did last year, and as he has done again. Now he's facing this Atlanta team, um, and I think he gets lit up. So I like Atlanta on the run line. Atlanta players, Ozzy Albies, a 304 average this year, 333 average against um, Snell, and Acuna Jr. 371 average this year, 333 average against Snell. Dodgers in Arizona, final game of the night, and I'm on the Dodgers run line. The Dodgers lost to Merrill Kelly in the first game of the year, a 2-1 final win between these two pitchers. And now they face each other again. Historically, the Dodgers have hit Merrill Kelly very well. Um, Muncy has a 429 average against him. However, Muncy's only hitting 150 this year, so I am staying off him. But Freddie Freeman, 381 average this year, 333 average against um, Kelly. Smith, 421 average this year, 304 average against Kelly. Mookie Betts, 300 average this year, 292 average against Kelly. So I like the Dodgers to beat up the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one. We will go to the comments. Sharks under 8.5. I need your odds, Terry. Yes, best bet for Nick. Colorado money line plus over 6.5 plus 161 in the NHL. All right, the usual Tigers first 5 money line, Tigers first 5, crud. You jinxed him now. Giants first 5 and over 8, under first 5 in Kansas City, Toronto. Nationals money line, first 5 under 5.5. Oof, in Colorado. Good luck. First 5 under 4 in Atlanta, San Diego. Hopefully Snell doesn't get lit up. Almost took Chapman over 1.5 bases in the under 8.5, but don't want to contradict myself, which is why I chose the over in the Rockies home opener. No problem. Braves run line minus 1.5, plus 130. The other game I like. I like it as well. But we will jump into the best bet segment. We'll take a look at what happened yesterday. It was close, but I got it. Toronto money line and Chapman to get a hit, plus 121. Richie went with Jose Siri and Randy Rosarena over half a run or an RBI, which both cashed. Crystal, Milwaukee Brewers minus 1.5. Unfortunately, they only won by 1. Captain Bry went with Houston on the run line, Texas on the run line for plus 322, which both cashed. Nick went with Oakland Athletics first 5 money line, which pushed. Clear and I went with under in the New York Rangers Tampa Bay, which unfortunately lost. Tampa Bay Rays 1 for him. Under in Detroit Houston did not go well for Kev Cook. Ice X cashed Calgary minus 1.5 and the Rangers minus 1.5 for plus 985. And Terry LaJoie, Tampa Rangers under 6, unfortunately, did not cash. Looking at the updated standings for April, and yes, IceX with that big win has moved up into first, up 5.98. Richie 1.93, Crystal 1.49, Lane 1.26, Captain Bry 1.21, Nick 0.76, and Clearnam 0.22. The rest of us here in the red, but not too far back. April is starting off much better than March did. So that is great to see. Looking at today, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Toronto money line and Chapman to get a hit, plus 100. Crystal is going with Dallas Stars, minus 1.5, minus 102. Tim is going with Kansas City, Toronto, under 8.5. Captain Bry, Washington, Colorado, over 10.5. Toronto, Kansas City, under 8.5. Nick is going with the Avalanche money line and the over 6.5. And Richie is going to go is normal. Pavelski, anytime goal plus. Let's get in. Assist. We'll get you odds for that after the show. Ice X is going with Toronto -1.5 plus Buffalo -1.5 for plus 1093 for Ice X. All right. And that is it. Thanks, Terry. No problem. That is today's show. Best of luck to everybody today. We'll be back tomorrow, normal time, just baseball tomorrow. So it'll be just a baseball show, but we will still continue on. And then the weekend, recorded shows, Friday night, Saturday night, everything the same there. But best of luck to everybody today. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. Appreciate all the support. And we'll see you again for other episodes of Getting Wild and Flying High. Best of luck, guys. Have a good one.